Welcome back to the Afro Hippie Journalist. I am back with another video. I actually watched the video for this. I'm not going to play it, and I'll leave the link in the description in case you want to watch it. I wouldn't say it's too graphic, but I don't want to watch it again. So Keith Lamont Scott's wife released this video of deadly Charlotte encounter. And I would say this is a very disturbing video. And for a woman to have to sit there and watch her husband die, kind of like in the Philando Castile situation when his girlfriend, he was in the car and he was shot by the police and his girlfriend was recording and he died right there. That has to be a very disturbing and traumatic thing to watch, someone that you love be murdered for no reason. To have that person just ripped away from you within seconds, that has to be something very tragic. Now, I am hoping that this video will produce a conviction for this police officer, because there was no reason he was killed. There was no reason he should have been shot, and one thing she says in the video is that he suffers from a TBI, which is a traumatic brain injury, because he was in a motorcycle accident. And she also says that he just took his medicine, so he was kind of in a daze. But my thing is, he's sitting on the street waiting for his son to be picked up. What was she doing? Because as you can see from the video, if you decide to watch it, she's a little bit of a distance away from him. Like, where was she at when it started? And why is this video just now coming out? Because my thing is, if that had been me before shock set in, I would have posted it to every social media website. I would have sent it to news stations, everything. People would have been saw this video. But as you can see, this was updated last night at 8:30. But anyway, it says the video of a deadly encounter between Charlotte police and a black man shows his wife repeatedly telling officers he is not armed and pleading with them to not shoot her husband as they shout to him to drop a gun. The video, recorded by Keith Lamont Scott's wife and released Friday by his family, does not indicate whether Scott had a gun. And that was the thing, if you watch the video, it's granted, it's in the heat of the moment. Adrenaline's rushing. She's scared. She doesn't want him to get shot. The video is terrible. My thing is, if you're going to record something to get proof, you need to record, keep the camera still. I know that's a hard thing to do in situations like this, but it doesn't help the case if no one can actually see what's happening. Like I said, it does not indicate whether Scott had a gun. Had she, been where he is now lying, as you can see on the left side of the screen, had she, been there recording, we could have seen. But I'm not saying that that's her fault or anything like that. But I'm just saying, when people record stuff, if they want that to be, used as evidence, they have to record better. But like I said, I'm not saying that that's her fault. I understand that in that moment, she was trying to do as best she could. But anyway, it says, police have said he was armed, but witnesses say he held only a book. So my thing is, they said he's armed. Where is this gun? That's what I want to know. Where's this gun that he had? It is a 2.5-minute video, which CBS News has not authenticated. Does not show the shooting, though gunshots can be heard. And my thing is, if he had a gun, she would have told him to put the gun down. She doesn't say that in the video at all. She would have told him to put the gun down if he had a gun in his hand. And I'm pretty sure that where she was standing, she could see everything that was happening. But I don't think he had a gun. In fact, I know he didn't have a gun. Because if that were the case, like I said, she would have told him to put the gun down, you know. So Scott's wife, Rakia Scott, tells officers that he has a TBI or traumatic brain injury. At one point, she tells her husband to get out of the car so police don't break the windows. She also tells, and that was the other thing, that I don't know, he reached into his car to get a gun, but she clearly says, get out the car so police don't break the windows. The windows were up. She also tells him, don't do it, but it's not clear exactly what she means. And that too, like I said, it could have indicated that he had a gun. It could have indicated that, you know, he didn't. It could have indicated anything. You know, we don't know. It says, as the encounter escalates, she repeatedly urges police, you better not shoot him. After the gunshot, Scott can be seen laying face down on the ground while his wife says he better live. She continues recording and asks if an ambulance has been called. Officers stand over Scott. It's unclear if they're checking him for weapons or attempting to give first aid. So the thing is, since she was recording there, it's highly unlikely that they could have planted a gun on him. I mean, she's sitting there recording everything, like they could not have planted a gun on him or that would have been caught on camera. The video shows an object on the ground near Scott's body. When we zoomed in for further analysis, it appears to be a glove. In the footage, Scott's wife states in the address and says, these are the police officers that shot my husband. Charles G. Monet, one of the attorneys for Scott's family, said the cell phone video was released in the name of truth and transparency and urged the police department in the city to release their video. The family is still hopeful that the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department and City of Charlotte will release all available video of the incident to the public so that people can draw their own conclusions about Keith's death. But my thing is, even if people do draw their own conclusions, it really does not matter because we're not the ones who will be convicting the police officer who shot him. It says, we encourage everyone to reserve judgment until all the facts are known. This is simply one step in our quest to find the truth for this family. Within hours of the video's release, a campaign aide said that Hillary Clinton would visit Charlotte on Sunday. CBS News digital journalist Hannah Fraser Chan-Pong reports. However, after Charlotte Mayor Jennifer Roberts asked Clinton to hold off coming to Charlotte to let the city recuperate from days of the protests, the campaign announced the trip would be postponed. Why? See, and that's the type of shit, like, I feel like they be trying to cover up stuff. They be trying to cover up their ass before she comes, try to get everything straight so they can lie to her and she can give some kind of statement to the press. It's all bullshit. It's all propaganda. Like, that's all that they're trying to do. So, it's a much longer article, but you can read it for yourself. I'll leave the link in the description. But my thing is, I personally don't have any, I guess I can't say what really happened or what didn't happen. But all I can say is that from watching the video, it is very unclear, you know, what really happened. And my thing is, whether or not this man had a gun, he was not the man they were after. That's the part that pisses me off. He was not the man that they were looking for. They were looking for someone else who had warrants. This man had no warrants, no anything. That's why there's no mugshot of him. This man has never been in trouble. He hasn't done anything. All he was doing was sitting there, minding his business, waiting for his son to get home on the school bus. And now he's dead. And the fact that this is, you know, the second time this has happened is pissing me off. Like, go on about your business. Go look for the man that you're supposed to be looking for. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And tell me what you think about, you know, this video and, you know, everything that's going on. And until next time.